much for joining me for today's video. As you can see right here and by the title, I've got two decks that I am wanting to unbox for y'all. I have been lusting over these decks for the longest time. So we've got, they're both from Threads of Fate, and I will leave a link in the description box below if you would like to purchase these for yourself. And I finally took the plunge and purchased both of these. So we've got the Threads of Fate Oracle deck, and this is the Shadow Edition. And then here we've got the Weaver Tarot. This is the Ascendant Edition. So let's just jump right in. So I'll go ahead and unbox the Oracle deck. This is, like I said, the Shadow Edition. There's a couple, I can't remember how many versions of this particular Oracle deck there is, but this is like a darker version. It says on the website that it's the same content, mostly the same illustrations, but these are borderless cards with deeper colors and a symmetrical back. So as you can see, it's got some gorgeous watercolor elements. The box, I think, is fantastic. Like, I love the detail of that. I think that's really nice, and you can see like a little peek of the gilded edges there. Very robust box. This is much better material than normal cardboard. There's 55 cards in here. They're gold foiled, and then you've got the kind of a matte-ish gold gilded edge. The attention to detail of this is just absolutely gorgeous. So let's open up the box. Oh, already flying out. So as you can see, these are the card backs, and oh my gosh, they are just beautiful. Like, I've already opened up these decks, but I haven't really looked a whole lot at them. You've got a guidebook as well. The first thing that I really noticed about these cards was their rose petal feel. So I have another deck. It's the True Black Tarot deck that the card fronts feel just like this. This to me is like I guess a standard Oracle card size. Let's see. It is $70. It says here it is 400 GSM cardstock, so very decent. There's some flexibility to it, but they're not paper thin. I think that they will be fairly easy to shuffle. Here's the gilded edge, so a little metallic but not super shiny, which I think I don't think that they'll scratch super easily. But me, myself, I always keep my tarot and oracle decks in their boxes so they don't get damaged. And when I do my readings, I make sure to always put a cloth down or have something soft down, that way that it doesn't scratch the surface of the cards. So I try to baby them as much as I can because I think they're a good investment. So, yeah, anyway. So we saw the backs of the cards. Now let's go through the fronts. So we've got Ancestors, Ascension, and these all have that beautiful gold foil to them. Ask Body, Boundaries, Compassion. And the illustrations are really beautiful as well. So you've got some bones in here, and I really like the backgrounds that they use. To me, it's like very celestial, just gorgeous colors. That's why I really just connected with this deck, because, and I also like that they're borderless. I do actually prefer a borderless card. So yeah, ooh, this one's gorgeous. Get creative. Get curious. Get wild. one's beautiful. That one's really sweet. I love that one. Pretty dolphins. I'm noticing that the cards are not sticking to each other. It is tripping me up a little bit because the cardstock is fairly thick compared to some cards that are out there. So you might kind of feel like, am I holding two cards? But no, they're pretty thick. Definitely not True Black Tarot thick, but thicker than most. I think the cards are just very, very good quality. I feel like a lot of thought and love went into these, and you can just really tell by just how they look, the attention to detail, even with the box. I think that is just fantastic what they did with this deck. And I love that they have different options because, you know, sometimes a certain deck you might really be drawn to it, but you just may not like the illustrations. And I really feel like you've got to connect with the artwork and with the messages that the deck provides to really connect with it. This one is gorgeous. I just love I love that they have a couple of different versions of this. That way, if you may like a little bit of a lighter, more pastel take to it, they have that as well. But I've always just been kind of drawn to a little bit of the darker side of things. So when I saw this, like last year, I think right when I really first started looking into tarot and oracle cards, I found Threads of Fate and followed them and have just been looking at their decks ever since, and then finally decided to take the plunge. And I'm so glad I did. As far as their shipping goes, they shipped very, very quickly. I think I ordered either Monday or Tuesday, and they were here yesterday, which was Saturday. That's interesting. Got teeth there. I'm really interested to know what that card's all about. Ooh, this one's beautiful. And I have actually spoken to Threads of Fate before, asking about their Book of Days, and I must say that they were so nice and got back to me a lot quicker than I kind of expected, I guess, because it was a weekend. It was like nighttime, so I kind of didn't expect to get a reply that weekend even, but they did, and I thought that was really awesome. I am actually holding two cards there. And when we get to the tarot deck, I kind of like their take on the cards. They try to go as gender neutral as possible. That one's awesome. And last card with, oh, it's a fox. I love that. So pretty. All right, so that is the Shadow edition of the Threads of Fate Oracle deck. I just love this box. I love the way that it's constructed. I've never seen a box that's like got a cutout like that to where you can actually see the cards. I think that's a really nice touch. Not something that you see every day, and I really appreciate packaging. You know, you can have the most beautiful contents on the inside, but I think, it's one of those things, like, judge a book by its cover. You shouldn't, but, you know, to me, it just really makes things when you put thought into the entire product, including the packaging that it's going in, because honestly, I would expect that a lot of people that collect decks and stuff, I would think that you would keep your boxes on a shelf. So I think having really nice packaging, it makes it something interesting and visually pleasing to look at. So I'm glad that a lot of tarot makers really think about that. So let's get to the guidebook. The guidebook on the outside has the same rose petal soft feel. I a lot of times call it what NARS packaging feels like, because that's exactly what it feels like, but it really truly does feel like rose petals. So you've got that on the front, created by Blair Porter and Britt June. So the guidebook, you start with your little index, which is awesome. You've got a page that tells you about the deck, being with your deck, how to kind of get started with it if you're a beginner, or if you know what you're doing and you just kind of need a little reminder. You've got spreads that you can do. They give you quite a few spreads that you can look at. I like that they kind of separate their pages like that. So these are the earth cards. Gives you a pretty full description with the little symbol on the card face. Air cards, fire cards, water, and ether. And then let's see if there's anything in the back. It tells you a little bit about the creators of the tarot, and then their website info. So pretty good little comprehensive guidebook. I haven't really taken a look at the descriptions or anything like that, but it seems to be pretty standard for most of the oracle decks that I have. So I think this one is gorgeous, and I cannot wait to use this. I may actually break using my Work Your Light deck this month and just finish out the month with this one, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to wait that long to use this. So that is the Threads of Fate Oracle deck, and here we go. I remember last year when they said that they were working on designs for this tarot deck. I was like, oh my gosh, the illustrations. I already had seen the Oracle deck, so I knew that the illustrations were going to be gorgeous. And then they started showing previews, and then they came out with them and showed the two different versions of these. So this one is the Ascendant version. What, baby?
I love you.
I love you too.
Where's the rest of my Hatchimals?
Right here. Hold on, guys. Sorry. There we are.
We are missing one.
Okay. Sorry about that. So this is the Ascendant version, and what it looks like on the box is exactly what it looks like inside on the cards. It is a matte black with matte black edging, and all of the illustrations are in this gorgeous holographic. I'm so excited about this. As a hierarchy of my cards go, True Black is the only other deck that I can really think of that I was just like, oh my god, I've got to have that. And then this one came out and I had that same feeling. So apparently solid black cards with you know, pretty illustrations on the front with some foiling or UV coating, that's my jam. So anyway, the other version of the Weaver Tarot reminds me, come on. It reminds me, it's called the Journeyer edition. And it kind of reminds me of the concept of the Shadow Oracle. They are colored and everything like that. The illustrations on the front, I believe that they are a gold. Let's see. Yeah, gold foil illustrations. Not sure. It says it's a soft holographic with colorful background and gold foil illustrations. See, is there, and then there's matte gold edging with that one too. So I think it really reminds me a lot of this one as far as illustrations go. So if you like the look of this one, you might want to look at the Journeyer edition, but it looks like right here they're actually sold out of that version. But anyway, the Ascendant version is still available. So we are looking at, it is a standard amount of cards, 78 cards, 400 GSM cardstock, matte lamination, and let's see, top bottom box, got it, holographic foil artwork on matte black and matte black edging. Okay, so we're not there yet, but once we get to the court cards, they did, normally you would have kings, queens, knights, and pages, and they've changed it up a little bit. So the kings are called rulers, queens are called sovereigns, knights are called conquerors, and pages are called seekers. And that is them trying to make this deck a little bit more gender neutral, which I think is a really cool idea and a very good thing, because that, you know, that really means a lot to some people. And why not do that? I mean, it's a really, really cool thing. It really creates just inclusivity. It is a traditional Rider-Waite deck, so if you are used to the Rider-Waite system, you can, you should be able to use this no problem. So once again, you've got a guidebook. Now these cards do not have the same rose petal feel. They're just very smooth, matte cardstock, same, I guess, width of your cards. But the printing on them feels like you can feel it. It's slightly raised. So I think that's a really cool detail that they added in with this. So this is the thing that I noticed before I really took a look at these, and they added this card in here too. So I think it just is a description, like it's a quick look at, yeah, it's a quick look at all of your cards and then where your minor arcana starts. It gives like a little breakdown of the wands, cups, swords, and coins, or pentacles. So they changed that as well. Gives a little bit of a descriptor of how, like, the flow, I call it, of the tarot goes. So you've got ace through king or ruler for this one, and like each card kind of means something different. So where it says aces are the beginning, the opening, and possibility, usually it's kind of a flow of, like, aces are like a beginning, and then once you get to 10, it's an end of a cycle. And that's for all of these, the wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. So these must be like just different illustrations that are on the cards. I think this is a really cool idea. I've never seen any of my tarot decks have this in here. And it's like a little quick reference guide. So if you ever do decide to take your tarot decks with you and you don't necessarily want to bring the guidebook and you may just need a little refresher, then you've got a nice little card here that you can look at just for a quick reference. So technically there are 79 cards in this deck, I believe. Okay, so let's go through the deck. So we've got the Fool, and check out the holographicness. Oh my gosh. It's going to be a little bit difficult to pick up on camera because this background, it is, doesn't absorb the light, it kind of reflects it, but very, very simple card fronts, very easy to read. This is the backs. Absolutely beautiful. Love the snake 8 pattern that it creates, the eyes, the diamond, and the little crystals. So got the Fool. This one says the Magi, but it's the Magician. See, this one's going to be High Priestess or the High Sage. The Pillar. The Anchor. So they did change the names of these more than they changed them in the major arcana as well to make them gender neutral, not just in the court cards. Hierophant, Lovers. Gosh, I love that. Tattooed hands, that's awesome. Chariot. Strength. The Hermit. Wheel of Fortune. Justice. Usually the Hanged Man, but this one it is the Hanged One. Death. Temperance. The Devil. The Tower. Star. Moon. Sun. Judgment. The World. And then here, that is the end of the major arcanas. These are the minor arcanas. So got the 8. This is the Wand. So there's Ace. That one is a really cool one. I like the hat. It's got a very steampunk vibe to it to me. Forgot to mention the price of this one. It is $80. However, right now, it looks like that they have got another listing up of this particular deck. I think that they had a shipment in of damaged boxes. So you can get that for $10 off, so $70 for the deck. It doesn't say anything about the cards, so I'm assuming from the description that the cards are fine. It's just the box that's a tad bit damaged. But I do think that they also, if I'm not wrong, I believe that they give you the correct box as well. I love that card. I love roses and any kind of a timepiece. And I also really like the consistency of how the cups look. I don't know, just to me it feels very uniform, like, I don't know, everything just goes together very, very well. Because I have some decks that, you know, you have like cups or wands or swords, and they look different in every card, but I like that this one has maintained the same exact cup. I don't know why that appeals to me, it just does. But anyway, I like that little clamshell. We got the swords. Definitely not complaining about this, but I do kind of wonder, like, why these cards have a different feel than the Oracle deck does. Because I personally really, really love the rose petal feel. Because they are the same card thickness. I don't know. I think that these would be very easy to shuffle. Even the first time that I opened them and just kind of roughly looked through them, I didn't have any issues with the cards sticking together. One other thing that I wanted to note, these are not like a standard tarot card size, not to me anyway. To me, this is like a standard Oracle card size. So these are a little bit bigger, a little wider. So if you have small hands, it may be a tad difficult to get a good riffle shuffle on them. But you could definitely do overhand, no problem. Okay, so we're to the coins. I really like this one for some reason. I think that, I don't know, it's just got a very cool artsy feel to it, to me. Now the illustrations within the coins are different, but you still got that kind of cohesive look to it. I just think this holographic is just, oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. So I think I'm going to be done with purchasing tarot and oracle decks for a while. I feel like, uh-oh, what do we have here? Okay. Been trying to kind of watch out for any kind of, not really searching out for imperfections, but you know, just kind of looking to see if there's anything that, you know, is super apparent. I think we all like to look over our purchases and make sure, you know, that the quality is there, and I can say that the quality is here for both of these decks. I love that. That's just beautiful. And then the feel of them, it's not an emboss. I mean, you can feel it a little bit, but it's not just super raised or, you know, super lowered into the card. You can feel that little bit of a texture, but anyway. And then the little spot there. Okay. All right, so that is the Weaver Tarot. This feels like, oh my gosh, the edging looks great on the cards. Yeah, looks fantastic. I think the cards are just absolutely gorgeous. I really, really like this deck a lot, and I cannot wait to use this one either. So that is everything. I think I covered all of the specs for these decks and everything, but if you have any questions or anything like that, please leave them down below in the description box. I would love to talk to y'all. Super happy with these. So Britt and Blair, thank you so much for creating these gorgeous decks. I'm super, super pleased with them, and I cannot wait to use them. Oh my gosh. So I can finally mark both of these off of my want list in my tarot journal. So anyway, if you have stuck around this long, thank you so much. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope I wasn't too unclear or anything like that. Hope it wasn't too boring, but I just wanted to do another unboxing. It's been a while since I've done an unboxing of tarot and oracle related stuff. So anyway, I'm thinking about possibly doing a deck collection video just to show y'all what decks I do have. I don't think my collection is huge. It absolutely is not. But I do have a couple, and each one of them I don't know, I really have felt connected to and have had really good luck with all of them. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see future videos, hit subscribe. I would love to have you over here. Be sure to check the link in the description box for all the details on how to purchase these yourself if you feel like they might be a good fit for you. And other than that, I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, everybody.